Hey everyone. I was going around the Twit today, and as most of you probably already know, Josh Levy has stepped down or will step down, I believe, on the 17th, just before there's a changing of the guard in the White House, which, as far as I knew, was standard procedure. New leadership, you get new brooms. But then I was on the Twits, and I found out from my most reliable source, Mr. Yellow Cottage Tale, aka the Plevmeister, that apparently none of the Karen Reed madness happens without the unjustified and unethical behavior of Josh Levy. So maybe there's more to Levi stepping down than just this, because apparently he's unjust and unethical. I think that could lead to some charges. So far, he has not led. It has not led to any deaths. So, what Pleving is alluding to is just Levi could be instigators of people getting unalived. I'm sure he's going to provide a lot of proof of all of this, because so far, yeah, there has been a lot of people being angry and mean, but Plevin, you're the one who told people to go slit their wrists. Are you in the same boat as Levi? Could you also maybe lead to someone unaliving themselves, and therefore you are the reason? Seems kind of weird that Plevin goes so much into it. But then he goes into why he should have ended the case, because it'll be embarrassing for him. And he claims that he arrogantly ignored the state court trying to conduct a trial amid the chaos he created. No, he didn't. We had a trial, Plevin. Plevin, if you didn't know it, we had a trial with a hung jury. It took 8 weeks. We still don't know what, if any, snow. We still don't know who, if any, drove the ambulance. And we still don't know what, if any, number the band played. But we had an 8-week trial. It did happen, Plevin. I know, but still, it happened. It's not something you hallucinated. But there's larger issues with this type of probable cause that would evaporate in a spring shower. Again, that's a legal thing. Plevin, what do you know about the probable cause that Levi used to obtain warrants? Have you seen the indictments? Have you seen the affidavits? Have you seen any of it? Or are you just making stuff up? Because I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen the 3,600 pages that the feds gave to both the state and Karen Reed. All I know is the state didn't see the case in the same light as your friends at the MSP did. A deep investigation needs to be done by his successor. Why were the feds leaking the days when witnesses would appear before a grand jury to the murder defendant? Did they? Or what proof? Again, show us the proof. Doing so when they knew she was leaking to a screwless, again, I'm dyslexic and kind of stupid, I don't know what that means, blogger who was whipping up a mob to persecute the witnesses. That's some allegation. So you are now claiming that the Free Karen Reed movement wants to persecute the witnesses. All I've heard them say is, we want justice for John O'Keefe and Karen Reed. But again, you are the smartest guy in the attic. When the witnesses went to him for protection, why did he ignore them? Because they were protected by the MSP. Why was he questioning witnesses himself as a U.S. attorney? Why shouldn't he be? Do you have any proof that he couldn't do that? Why was he using a blown-up version of the blogger's blog, which he surely knew would send a message to those witnesses that he was allied with the blogger? Where are your proof of all of this, Plebsen? Again, it's all well and good that you write these long diatribes, but you have no evidence of anything that you always claim. You, as a person, has claimed, I am a grifter, I'm unethical because I cover the case and I believe Karen Read is innocent. I have only watched the trial. I know you'll claim that, well, you're a Turtle Boy supporter. I've talked to Aiden once. I had him on my show. We had a great conversation more than a year ago. Aiden's shows normally run when I'm sleeping, so I don't live my life by Aiden like all of you idiots on the Smurf side does. Where are all your proof of all of this? But because I am this stupid and because I am dyslexic and I might misunderstand a lot of the finer nuances that is in Plevin's post, I went to the tool all of us uses when we try to pass an exam. I went to AI. I put in this text and asked it some questions about what, if anything, it meant. So, the document on Josh Levy's involvement in the Karen Read case. Don't look at the picture. I was young and naive back then. Summary of the criticism. The user Yellow Cottage Tales expressed strong criticism of Josh Levy's involvement in the Karen Read case, accusing him of unethical behavior and mishandling the situation. They believe Levy's action has caused significant harm and chaos, questioning his integrity and decision-making. Concerns are raised about the federal investigation, including the probable cause for obtaining warrants and the leaking of information to the defendant. A deep investigation is called for. All of this is what I just read. So I asked, are there any proof? Because AI is smarter than I am. There isn't much public available information that directly supports or defends Josh Levy's action in the Karen Read case. Levy himself has declined to comment on the specific of the case, citing the need to follow guidelines and not discuss ongoing investigations. Standard procedure. Federal investigations finding inconsistencies and conflicts are mentioned by the defense, which argues for the dismissal of the second-degree red rum case against Karen Read. On the other hand, Norfolk County Assistant District Attorney Adam Lally states that the federal investigation finds no indication of a cover-up and that the grand jury minutes are consistent with the state's case. So, both sides are equally presented. Nothing about either side claiming that he would lead to people being unalived. Then I was asking, is it common for a U.S. detective attorney to step down? Because it seemed like Plevin was kind of trying to imply that this was some kind of, connection to Karen Read. It is common for a U.S. attorney to step down when a new administration takes office. This practice allows the incoming administration to appoint their own attorneys who align with their policies and priorities. In the case of Joshua Levy, he announced his resignation effective January 17th, just a few days before inauguration. This is typical practice to ensure a smooth transition and continuity, I don't know, in the Department of Justice. So again, this is standard. There's nothing special with Levy stepping down. So then I asked if he could find any indications of unethical behavior. There isn't any concrete evidence publicly available that directly indicates Josh Levy acted unethically in the Karen Read case. Levy has consistently declined to comment on the specifics of the case, citing the need to follow guidelines and not discuss ongoing investigations. Concerns have been raised about the federal investigation, including conflict of interest claims. Despite these concerns, Lally has stated that the federal investigation found no indication of a cover-up. That's his take on it. Then I asked, what did they find? The federal investigation uncovered evidence that was used in the first Karen Read case, including crash reconstruction experts' conclusions that John O'Keefe's injuries was inconsistent with being struck by a car. The investigation also revealed suspicious contact between Brian Albert and another witness, Brian Higgins, shortly before O'Keefe's body was discovered. This evidence was used by defense team for Read. And then I asked, is there any validity to his allegations? Plevin has raised several allegations and concerns about the Karen Read case before. They have discussed various aspects of the case, including inconsistencies in the investigation and the handling of evidence on their YouTube channel and other platforms. However, there isn't any publicly available evidence that directly substantiate their claims. And if anyone wants to hate themselves enough, they can go check out Plevin's YouTube channel or twat. You will be dumber for reading it because, again, even AI Plevin, master of your mom's attic, says none of your stupid takes has any validity in anything publicly available. Mr. King Grifter, you're doing well for yourself. Imagine getting people stupid enough to believe you and pay for you. It must be wonderful. I, as a humble Danish grifter, bow in the sand to you and say, Plevin, you are my hero.